Hey, Allison, thank you for doing your marketing PowerPoint today. I appreciate it. Start when you're ready.
All right. Well, obviously, I did my marketing on Sea Island, um, just because with working there and everything, it's a little bit of easier to gain access to most of the research and stuff. So we'll jump right in. So just a brief introduction. Um, Sea Island's a pretty good company. They always go above and beyond for people who walk through the doors. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter if you're a guest, a team member, um, a member of Sea Island. You get treated the same way no matter what. Um, and they represent what it is to be a Forbes 5-star rated, which Forbes is a big company that is when you're 5-star rated, it means a lot. It means that basically what we do tells Forbes what it means to be 5-star. So it's pretty good. And they also represent what it means to be family and true Southern hospitality. Of course, we live in the South, and that's what people want when they come here. So, um, their target market of just kind of who they aiming for and what market they serve. They cater to all kinds of families, people who love the outdoors, and people who are just simply wanting to refresh. Some of the things that are cool are the beach club, the yacht club that's been renamed the Coastal Experience Center, the shooting school, golf, and there's lots more activities going on. Some of the things a family might enjoy is that they might enjoy the beach club because they have several pools and you're looking right over the beach, the nature center, a playground that's right on the beach, an arcade room for the kids, and a bowling alley, which is their newest addition. The outdoor enthusiast might enjoy the Coastal Experience Center, hunting, kayaking, paddleboarding, really anything that has to do with outside, we probably have it. And then the guests that are looking for a place to relax, the big thing that they like is the Spa and Fitness Center. The Spa and Fitness Center, you can get anything you want. You can get a massage, you can get a manicure, pedicure. One of the great things about the spa is that if you have an appointment, you can go in and you can sit. And if you look at the bottom right-hand corner, that's the area that a lot of people like to go into. And once you're done with your appointment, you can stay in the spa all day. I know a lot of people like to sit in that area and just relax, just have a day of relaxing. The principal competitors of the market, most of them are the big other resorts. So the Boca Raton Resort, the Broadmoor, which is their sister property, out in Colorado, the Ritz-Carlton, the St. Julian, the Modern Honolulu, and the Quinn. The top left-hand picture is going to be the Boca Raton Resort. The top right-hand picture is, I believe, the St. Julian, and then the bottom one is the Quinn, I believe. And these are all over U.S., obviously, just different parts. Sea Island doesn't really, the closest big competitor that we have would be the Ritz-Carlton Amelia. That's another big resort that they like. That it would be our biggest competitor that's closest to us. Some of the other competitors that we have that are just not resort related is Shipsticks, Sports Express, and Luggage Forward. Shipsticks is they ship golf clubs all over, and we have 3 different golf courses, so we have a good partnership with them. Sports Express, just they ship different types of sporting equipment and things like that. And Luggage Forward is pretty self-explanatory, but they do deliver just like ahead of being and then having to check it in an airplane. So when you're assessing the competitor's strengths and weaknesses relative to Sea Island, um, the strategy that I kind of came up is you want to do two things. You want to kind of create a list of what you like your company's strengths and weaknesses, and then with your other companies, do the same thing and just kind of compare them. Um, and you just kind of want to see if you have weaknesses that may be another competitor's strengths. Um, and maybe reach out to them and be like, "Hey, how are you doing this? What do you make it work for you?" Um, and then maybe see if there's a possible way that you can implement it into the resort, or put your own spin on it. And Sea Island's really good at doing that, putting their own spin on things. The intensity of the competition that is in the market. Um, Obviously, you want to look at each of the competitors with the Sea Island and see what they have. And you want to kind of go back to those lists that you made. It kind of seems kind of silly, but it's probably the best and most effective way because you can see everything. And Sea Island has done this for a long time. They've done it for 92 years, and I don't really think the competition with Sea Island is that intense, just because with it being 5-star rated and having a 5 diamond restaurant, that's not something that you see a lot. So it's hard to kind of compete with other resorts. The market opportunities that are present now and in the future, um, the I don't really see any at the time for Sea Island, um, that are really present or in the future, just because I feel like Sea Island is pursuing all of those that they have. Um, and then the future, since we are going through the global pandemic, a lot of things are being brought to a halt, and there's not a lot of travel going on. Um, I kind of asked this my question myself: Are when this is all over, when things are finally starting to open up, will the travel rates skyrocket or will they gradually rise? I think that they can either situation could happen. Um, I think it might be more of a gradual rise because a lot of the places all over the world are not recovering all at the same time. So the travel rates and the amount of people traveling a little bit slower, rocket as well, because it could get out of their houses and go places, and we could be city. Um, but I feel like their market and their market opportunities, they're kind of in a comfortable spot. Are we pursuing all of our opportunities effectively? I I think they are. It's kind of hard to tell, especially when opportunities are. Um, I think there's hard. I think that with the company this size, they should only try to do a few, um, just because they need to be effective in order to do things. And if you're going to focus on something new, you want to have 500 things going on at the same time, and it overwhelm your staff, your executive team, your leadership team, things like. And you don't want to necessarily. Are there other markets that companies could be that Sea Island could be helping out in? I think they could really excel at the restaurant aspect of it, just because with them being a 5 diamond, having a 5 diamond restaurant and the only one in the state of Georgia, it kind of says, hey, we're really, really good at doing this. So when you can help other restaurants out, um, and I feel like they're really good at doing that. I feel like they could do that. They could do it from making sure that they have the best food that they can, um, within their budget range, and that they could be in the managing area, training staff and making sure that they're trained completely, and that there's no hiccups anywhere. And making sure that they have the best and they fit niche best as possible. Um, the resources that Sea Island has a lot of resources. They kind of you really I feel like when you're doing something like this, you want to look at all the different things that a department uses, things that aren't always used, that isn't associated with the company, that isn't doesn't have the island logo on it, or whatever logo. For example, the copy paper and the ink and things like that. You kind It'll give you a look into what they spend money on and see if there's a better way or more efficient way to do it. This could make sure that you're remaining cost effective, as well. You just want to make sure that you can have the best products without paying as much, and sometimes that can be hard. Executive, I'm just going to talk to the people that I deal with in my um, little from the Seattle site that is going on for more than 90 years. The foundation of genuine warmth and hospitality has remained constant. Between the marsh and the sea exists an island where the world is almost perfect. That place is Sea Island. It greatly describes that work here and the that help run it. Our executive team is, I don't know all of it. These are just a few of the people that I talk to on a day-to-day basis. We have Scott Styland, president and CEO of Styland. He has been for over years. Previously, he was the Prince of Warwick and Company, and then the senior manager at EY and a senior associate at HBS. Great guy. He's helpful and he can kind of give insight. And he's always walking around. He's very hands-on, and always make sure you want to say hello if you see him ever around. Do have a little bit of a picture of him to the right. And then Vijay Singh. So Vijay Singh is the managing director, or like the general manager almost, of Sea Island. He has been for several years. He was previously the vice president of operations at Salamander. He oversaw operations of 6 different hotels when he was at Salamander. He also spent 13 years at the Ritz-Carlton Hotel Company, and he opened a sanctuary hotel on the Kiowa Island. Everybody who works in the office, he knows the bellman's name, he knows all of the valets. Everybody who works as concierge, he knows my name. He's very nice. He always asks how we're doing, very hands-on. Well, last but not least is Ella Kent. Great. She's also very hands-on, and is always around, knows everybody's name well. She's been the director of rooms for about now, a little over a year. She was previously the director of the spa at Seattle for over 6 years. Also, the other different places we worked at, was the director of the spa, and she was on the board at the International Association. So she definitely knows how to make people happy if they're not happy at the spa. Their operating expertise. Their operations are really smooth and really, really good. The only thing that I can really, as far as a person on the inside, and I've even had guests tell me that are looking from the outside in, is the communication between departments. This can really be improved by making sure that all of the leadership personnel is on the same page, from the top person all the way down to the housekeepers. Make sure that they're on the same page, and even with between departments, making sure that on the same page of when communicating, making sure that all the team members know as well. Just because there's been situations where people have been told one thing on how to handle something, and if somebody else asks the same manager or whomever, they get a different response. So you want to make sure that the team members and everybody can operate with great confidence, and that know that what they're doing isn't gonna have any backlash on them, or isn't gonna upset their management team. And communication is what I think is the key to success. So their marketing expertise, they have great market. They're really nice. They're really, really helpful if you ever have any questions. Again, this kind of goes back to the whole communications thing. I feel like we should have, when they roll out a new promotion or something, that they could make sure that the front office and reservations are kind of the first people to know and all the ins and outs of it, just because you want to make sure that they know the ins and outs, because they'll get calls, and if they don't know or they have to transfer them to the marketing team, that person gets upset. And that way we can also internally market to guests who are in-house. If we know that information, we can sell it, and it makes it effective as well. So the mission statements. So Sea Island's mission statements is that our core values guide our work and help us achieve our mission by providing gracious hospitality, extraordinary experiences, and with a lifestyle worthy of sharing with generations of people. And the one that I kind of created for myself, and just kind of going basic off of what they said, we want to be able to create memories that can be shared and bring back generations of people. People come all the time with several generations of family just because of the memories that were made there. Some of the strategies that the research suggested, that through the research that was conducted in Sea Island, I feel like they were using differentiation, focus, and cost focus, just because they're a very different resort than a lot of other resorts. They always try to find a unique way, and something that cannot be recreated, but they also try to be as cost effective and cost focused as well. They try to create a product or create an experience that no other place can have, and it makes you can make your revenue go up as well, or it can hurt it, but they've always been good at trying to balance it out. Strategies for growth, for them, I feel like they could do a little bit more of market penetration and diversification. I feel like they don't really try to push kind of what they already have and what we're good at. They don't really try to push that. They might send out an email here or there, but they're not big on trying to create something new or even making something new. And diversification, just trying to come up with new things that they haven't tried before, things like that, and making sure that they're unique to Sea Island. I feel like an emphasis on alternative growth strategy. I feel like they could do some more market and product development. This kind of goes back to the previous slide. Just because if you can market and create something that no other place has, whether it be tangible or intangible, you can do it, and you can make sure that it's not going to get taken away, and you can create revenue off of it, and even if it's intangible, you're creating an experience that's going to keep bringing people back. The position of the company, they're definitely in 10. I couldn't find any, what is it called? Like any graphs or any things like that. But they're very proud of being a 5-star, 5-diamond resort. They don't have a lot of competitors, and the competitors that they do have are high up there, right with them. What does it mean to be 5-star, 5-diamond? It just means that you're great at what you're doing, and that there's not another resort like you. 5 diamonds, again, that means that you have a restaurant that is not existent anywhere else. And we spend all year training and making sure that we're the best at our, at our jobs. We all have a list of things that we can always improve on, and making sure that we always don't have, that we don't get complacent, and that we're always learning something new. Just a little bit of a summary. Their target market is multi-generational families that have a wide range of interests, outdoors, indoors, going to the spa. We have a lot of families who have reunions, and they will book years and years in advance. And they put down a lot of money to stay with us. That's not even beginning to get to what they will spend at the resort on top of what they've already prepaid. Their competitors obviously are still right up there with them. There's not a lot of differentiation between them. Of course, each resort is unique in their own way, but I feel like they have a lot of things the same. The competitors that are companies, like Shipsticks and things like that, they're a competitor because so many companies use them, and we want to make sure that we're getting the best price for their services. And then just my references, and that is it.
Excellent. Good job. Good job.
I know it was a little long.
Yeah, it's all right. So one thing, somebody actually presented about Sea Island for a different class, which tends to happen at this school. And what do you think about them trying to go for the younger generations, try to appeal to them, because the older generations are, well, moving on,
Yeah,
for lack of a better term.
I think that more trying to. I feel like that Sea Island is also a place that if it's not broke, don't fix it. They don't. It's hard to implement new things with them. They don't. They might change it, but it's going to take them a while for someone to be like, oh yeah, this actually might be a good idea. This person's idea might be good and appealing to the younger generation. And we do get a lot of teenagers and a lot of people of the younger crowd who come in, right before all of this and the beaches were closed down. We had a crazy amount of teenagers, and it was just like, what are you all doing here? But
Yeah.
of course, most of their parents are probably members or friends of members and things like that. So
Yeah. Well, good job.